All right, so we have our solution all filtered out, looking beautiful. And like I promised on that last one, we're gonna heat that solution up. So I got my beaker nice and clean. There's the goods we filtered out of there. Oh, hold on here. Pour that in. Make sure we got all of that gold out of there. All right, let's throw this on the heat just for a little bit. Nothing crazy. Just enough to warm it up so we get a good reaction. All right, we got a little bit of a warmer solution here. So we should have a little better reaction. It's not crazy. I think it was at like 95 degrees. There we go. Just like that. Hey, we're back with that gold drop. Let's see here. All right. Careful with this here. Nice and easy. This dark solution is hard to see what's going on. Stuff's coming out. If we're sacrificing to the gods or not. I can start to see some on the top. So we're going to go ahead and shoot that down. And there we go. There is the other half of the gold. So, pouring the distilled water in, you can see it kind of floats up there pretty good still. So I'm going to just boil this instead of trying to pour any more out, just so that we don't sacrifice anything to the stock pot. After the first boil, we'll see how it holds together. And then we'll continue the cleaning process with both of them together. Alright, let's throw some heat on that and get started. Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, so this distilled water boil, hold on, I gotta get my gloves on here. Looks an awfully lot like gold is in solution. Man, that stuff gets me every time. I'm so curious on how that happens. So curious on how that happens. That's hot. These gloves, see, I'm learning. He can be taught. He can be taught. So, oh man, that gold looks beautiful though. Alright. I was not prepared for this. I did not think we needed a Stannous test. One second here. Alright. Grabbing the scientific straw. It looks awfully like yellow. Well, I mean, it could be iron. There's no question about that, right? With the ferrous sulfate, no question it could be iron. Come on, baby, give it up. Give it up. And... okay, that's all it is. Just iron. But this gold looks a heck of a lot better. We don't need that yet. Ooh, man, that is clean. All right, let's grab our stock pot here. That out of the way. And it holds together much, much better now. Excellent. In the future, what I might do, if my solution is that dark again, is I'll just dilute it with a little bit of distilled water. Distilled water, especially if it's going in the stock pot. And what that'll do is it'll lighten that solution up for me, so I can really see if I'm sending any to the refining gods. All right, and then here is our other batch. So you can see the difference. Maybe, hold on. Hand mode. So there is the littles, and there's the bigs, and you can tell already the difference in color. Nope, that's not it either. There we go, one-handed. Alright, I don't see any gold in there. We can clean that beaker up. Woo, almost lost that piece. Got a little crazy with that one. Make sure it's all in the bottom. Alright. We're going to go hand mode one more time. So look at the difference side by side. Pretty crazy, huh? Get it all nice and clean so we can, start giving this stuff away. Alright, I think we know what time it is. A little bit of hydrochloric. Give this stuff a good scrub. And while this is going, this right here is my, this was the tailings in the second bucket. So this is, I did the gravity separation in the 5 gallon, poured it into the 1 gallon, and this is the tailings. And I did nitric boils, and I pulled some copper out of there. So the solution did turn blue. I did aqua regia. I tested it, and I didn't get any gold whatsoever. So I'm happy with that. So I know the gravity separation worked. Let's see here. And then basically what I did is I just poured that aqua regia from my littles, or my tailings, into the bigs. And so this has been sitting here for, I don't know, 2-3 days. 2 days? Probably 2 days. And so I'm really interested to see if we can leach any more gold out of this stuff, because I let the little sit for quite some time, and we did pick up some gold. So we'll see what that provides, if anything at all. But the main character of this story today is right here. Alright, where are we at here with this boil? Alright, all the gold is the same color now. I'll take you in here. But first we have to do a Stannous test. I've had it before where gold goes back into solution if I don't do a thorough enough rinse with distilled water. So it must be like leftover nitrates or some other kind of chemical reaction that happens where we dissolve gold. And I just want to make sure that we have everything where it's supposed to be. So it looks like we didn't dissolve anything, and that's just all iron from that dirtier gold, which is kind of what I was expecting, but you can never be too sure, eh? Alright, let's go ahead and dump this off, and it sticks together so nice now. And look at that, it is all the same color. Perfect. Let's do one rinse with some distilled water. Just a rinse, we're not going to go ahead and boil this yet. And in the stock pot that goes. And then we're going to do one more hydrochloric boil. Alright, that'll be number 2, so I'm happy with that. Hopefully that comes out clear. Might pick up a little yellow because it is I don't use the purest hydrochloric acids, so it's kind of hit or miss when it comes to being crystal clear. It's not that wouldn't be a bad investment though, to get some high purity stuff for like the last only use would be for cleaning up gold. So I might pick some up. It's definitely a lot more expensive, I'll tell you that. So after this, we'll go back into a distilled water boil. We'll do 1 distilled water boil, 1 rinse, and then we'll do ammonia. We'll do an ammonia boil, and then we'll do 2 more distilled water boils, or 1 distilled water boil, 1 rinse, and I may even throw a little bit of a nitric boil in there. All right. Here we are, back again, and it stayed pretty dang clear, so I think we're good to go here. Hold on, I gotta get my gloves on. They take a lot longer than the other ones. Yeah. So I would say that gold is looking good. Yeah, it's still hot. Maybe I don't learn. Alright, hold on. Get this dumped out. Get that gold settled to the bottom there. We will do a little rinse. And a boil. There we go. And then next we will break out the ammonia. All right. We are done with that boil. It is time for the ammonia. Oh, hold on. Might have to find a different pour-off bucket for my ammonia. So I think I'm going to start that in something else. Just because I don't want any weird reactions here. Anyways, grab that off of there. And it is looking beautiful. Go ahead, dump that in a stock pot. Alright, let's grab some ammonia and do a boil. Alright, I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit for the ammonia. I just have some all-purpose stuff here. Let's see. That's all I got. Here we go. All right. So, like I said, I didn't go quite to a boil with this, but we are nice and toasty. What we are going to do is I have a separate jar for the ammonium, and we will save that just in case there's any silver chloride that was absorbed, and then we can process that all at once. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do one rinse. Oh, this stuff looks nice and clean. I probably don't need to do the boils so much anymore. We'll do one more rinse. And then we'll do a boil. Turn the temperature back up. Alright, and that's just going to sit on top, not closing it all the way. Alright, well, let's let that distilled water do its thing. This is a lot of back and forth. This might be a boring video, so I apologize about that, but it is going to be sweet, nice and crispy, clean gold. Alright, and we are back. Distilled water boil after 2 distilled rinses. Almost did it again. We're going to go ahead and put that in the ammonia jar here, just in case there's any ammonia left in it. Spotless. Man, is that gorgeous or what? Okay. So this is the overkill bit right here. There's no question that this is going to be the overkill bit. But we're going to go ahead and do a very dilute nitric boil on this. Grab a brand new pipette. We're going to do 3 milliliters in there. I will do 6. I imagine we're going to save this with the rest of it. Oh no! Cap down! And back on the heat. So it'll be interesting to go after the silver that potentially is in here one day. When this is full, we'll see if we can get it. Alright, and while that nitric boil is on, I want to just do a quick test on this. So this has been, like I said, leaching for 2 days. I'll let it leach for a little more just in case there is any gold in there. But I'm interested. Let's see where we're at here. Let's see if there's anything in there. I guess this will be the telltale sign if we need to keep it in there or not. Hey! I see a little... It's very faint. There's no question about that. I don't know if that's orange or if that is purple or if that is purple and orange. But there is definitely more precious metals in there for us to get. So that is going to just sit there and... I don't know. I'm kind of... This is a new step that I have taken in e-waste, is the leaching process, right? I usually just throw that stuff out. Well, I should say recycle it after I rinse it off. And this is kind of a new step in both of my leaching processes where I've put some aqua regia in there. No heat, nothing like that. Just let it sit in there for a day, 2, however long you want, I guess. Both times I've gotten more stuff out of it. I think I'm going to start involving that in all my e-waste, because there's no sense in recycling that stuff when there's potentially more goods in there for us to get. So, I don't know. Well, that's cool. I'm good with that. Right. And we have been on this boil for quite some time. I think we are good to go. Let's take a look at this. I haven't seen any fumes. We're still crystal clear. Our gold looks just gorgeous, doesn't it? Look at that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to dump this off. It's not going in the temp stock pot. It's not going in the ammonia. There's, I imagine, still viable nitric acid in here. So I've got, this is some nitric acid left over from my my carrot gold scraps that I'm going to save, so we can use that on our first batch of the next go around. All right, and then I'm just going to do some rinses here. We'll do a couple of rinses. And then we'll go right into dehydration. Reason why I don't want to put this into the temp stock pot is because we have hydrochloric acid boils that we put in there, right? So I imagine there's plenty of leftover goods for that not to be absorbed, or basically not to create aqua regia. But I still don't want to chance creating aqua regia and dissolving some of the gold that's in the bottom of the stock pot. So I'd much rather, this is going to go in gold regardless, right? We're going to do some carrot scrap gold. So if that gold ends up in the carrot scrap and we're off a smidge or two, for that measuring, not the end of the world. If we want to get real specific, we can just use brand new stuff. That you know what I mean? It's I would just much rather keep the gold in the temp stock pot where it's a lot easier to get than the main stock pot with a whole bunch of platinum group metals in. And this stuff is, wow, this stuff is, I am really, really happy with this. I'll tell you that. I am very happy with that. Anyways, let's get out of the rest of that water out of here and get a weight on that, because I'm itching to see what we got. I'm going to turn the heat down. Halfway, and we're just going to let that cook. Well, on to the next. All right, let's see what we have. I think we're done evaporating. I don't see any more water condensed on the side there. Grab a glove quick. Oh yeah, I would say we are golden. Well, let's bring this upstairs and check this beautiful gold out, see what we have for a weight. All right, we have this zeroed out. We ended up with 2.13 grams of this beautiful gold. Here is the gold. It is awesome. Well, this is going to be the last time you see it like that, because yesterday you'll have seen it melted up. It went really well. I learned a lot. I really, really have enjoyed this series and making it a little longer. I've been able to spend some more time with basically documenting, and that has helped me tremendously grow, especially in these chips. So I've come up with a couple ideas, tried a couple of new things, and I like some of them, and some probably could pass. One being the nitric boil at the end. Probably could pass on that, because I think the hydrochloric is going to clean everything that we should have, that should drop, that could possibly drop with the ferrous sulfate, right? That's just going to be leftover iron. All your platinum metal groups
palladium, platinum, all that should stay in solution. You shouldn't be taking that along with the ferrous sulfate drops. Shouldn't be, right? I guess the only way to verify that is to test it, which I don't have. That would be really cool though. What else did I like? I liked the ammonia. You could just tell the gold just looks so clean after the ammonia. I've been missing out, and I might even redissolve my one ounce bar and then do the ammonia bath on it, because this looks squeaky clean. What else do I like? Oh, the 10 seconds. So I did 10 seconds on the ashing. That came out really nice. Basically what I did was I filled the bucket up. As it filled up to the top, once I shut the water off, I'd give a 10-second count, pour 3/4 of the bucket out, and then, fill it back up, do it again. But I documented the 10 seconds. Before, I would just kind of walk around the yard but I did 10-second counts, and then I tested my tailings just to verify that we didn't have any gold go along. No gold came along. Did get some copper. I did not check for silver, though. But that did end up going in the silver stock pot that has copper bars in it. So if there was any, we'll get it. But I'm not too worried about that. The gold is what I was after. And we didn't have any in there. So 10 seconds works. And that might all completely change when I move to the bigger setup. When I have the furnace running, really oxidize those chips. And then the grinder might pulverize the gold into a fine powder, which I might have to wait longer. We won't know until we test that. But if I do it this route, again, like if I don't have that ready before I go the next batch, which I should because I really want to test that setup, we should be fine. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. But I had a great time with it. I hope you enjoyed the content. This ending is getting quite long. And I'm not redoing it now. I'm not redoing it. So that is going to stay. You can laugh. Tell me in the comment section. Well, you guys have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. And it's looking like we have enough for a subscribers video. So really excited about that. Thanks, guys.